So we talked about redirection. We talked about the power of standard streams, standard in, standard out, standard error. All functions take these. It makes it really easy to chain things together. And we learned, what does this do? Writes foo to bar. Next, let's talk about finding things. You've seen me grep a few things here and there. Grep is one of my favorite commands because it can make sense of really, really large output. Earlier, we tried to play around with the AWK, awk. That gets a little tedious. You've probably heard awk and sed. Those are really powerful commands, but I don't think we're going to dive into them in this class because they're a little bit tricky. But we are going to use find. We are going to use grep. And we'll see how powerful these tools can be. So find, the syntax looks a little strange, but once you understand it's find, where to look, what exactly you're looking on, is it a name, is it a file, and then where to look, you see find actually is pretty accessible. And this is a good slide to keep as a reference because it's not intuitive to remember these off the top of your head unless you're doing them constantly. But this is the syntax. Find where you're looking, what are you looking for, and then what particular are you looking in exactly. So let's try it out. So can you find all the log files in /var log? We talked about all the log files. When you look in there, you will see how many there actually is. Remember, most things get logged.
Star log star?
You can try that. Does it work? I mean, the great thing about finding things, and if you can't get it right, you're not going to break anything.
It's a read-only operation.
And that's how you do it. Find, we're finding, where we're looking, /var log, the type, -type, and we use F for file. We're looking for things with the name of star.log. But you probably ran into an issue. What's the issue you ran into? Actually, I already know which issue you ran into, but that was a rhetorical question. So you probably ran into an issue with this command. Let's find out why. So clear. So what am I looking for? Find /var log. And I'm looking for files. So type F name. Say star.log. So I want everything that ends in a log. That's OK, but I'm still getting permission denied. Why is that?
Sudo find.
Yeah, we didn't sudo it. However, here is a very handy shortcut that I use all the time. If we just say sudo, bang, bang, it will rerun that command as sudo. And that's a nice shortcut I use all the time. Sudo bang bang. It just runs the last command in your history with the sudo applied to it. So that way you don't have to go through and retype sudo in the whole command again. So we found all the log files, and we learned how to use the sudo bang bang command. You'll use that way more than you think. So next, can we find all directories with the name log? I'm just saying log because I know there's a lot of them on your default installation. Yeah, let's try that one. Say find /type. So the slash is root. That's right. So we're looking at the very top level of our file system. Type is D for directory. Just anything named log. Oops. Forgot the name. Name log. We get a lot of permission denied because, again, you generally don't want to be sniffing around root. The file system doesn't like it. You don't need to be in most of these paths. But if you really, really want to look, sudo bang bang. Yeah, so finding thing, it's just part of just muscle memory. It's not that difficult. It looks like it's more complicated than it is. You just have to remember find where, the type of thing you're looking for. That's it. So next, we'll try grep. Grep is, if find is the where something is, and grep is looking inside. So find will just give you the files, but grep looks inside the files. And grep is the options you're looking for, what expression, a regular expression you're looking for, and then where. And bonus, there's something called zgrep, which you can look inside zipped files, which is pretty awesome too. You don't have to unzip them to search. You're like, what's the benefit of this? Grep is pretty cool. Grep is the one you're probably going to use a lot more than find. For example, if we want to find all of our running node processes, try running this command, but try running it without piping into grep first and see what you see. I'll go ahead and run that here. PSAUX. That's a lot to cipher through. Like I can't read all this, and there's not even a lot going on in our system. We're running what, Nginx and Node, are the only two things we're really running. That's a pain. So how about we pipe this into grep? So we're going to use that redirection of the pipe. I'm just going to say grep, and I want to find the node processes. There we go. Look at that, easy peasy. And that's why we use grep a lot. When you have this giant output and you're like, I just want to find one thing, we pipe it to grep, finds the thing for us. You will use this command quite a lot, the pipe in the grep. And I'd say grep is probably a little bit easier for you to kind of wrap your heads around. And you can use regular expressions if you want, get really, really specific, but generally this works, grep, whatever thing I'm looking for, it works pretty well.